The Adoptable Pet of the Week is sponsored by Especially for Pets, celebrating the bond between people and pets. The Lowell Humane Society on Broadway Street in Lowell has many pets available now for adoption. I stopped in recently and met with Crystal Arnott, the marketing and fundraising manager at the shelter, and she introduced me to a beautiful long-haired Calico cat named Lucky. Unfortunately, she hasn't been very lucky so far.
So this is Lucky. Lucky is an 11-year-old domestic long-haired Calico. She's a very sweet girl, but she's having a rough transition in the shelter. Unfortunately, she's been bounced around quite a bit in her life to a couple of homes, and she came back to the shelter for no reason of her own. Unfortunately, one time that she was surrendered was due to landlord issues. It's one of the reasons that we really do a thorough check and make sure that cats and pets are allowed in homes before sending them home for an adoption, because so many apartments do not allow pets. We want to make sure the animal's not going to go somewhere where they're going to end up bounced right back to us. And then she was surrendered another time because the child in the house unfortunately developed allergies, and with her long fluffy coat and all the dander that she dropped, unfortunately it was a problem for him. But she's very, very sweet. She's a really outgoing girl. She loves to be pet, and she enjoys being brushed. She went a little too long, as you can see, being brushed for a while, and had some little mats that we had to cut out or brush out when she came back. So she has a few shaved spots, but she's very good for being brushed. She enjoys it. So someone who's willing to keep up with that will really be the best match for her. She has lived with dogs in the past as well as children, but she'd prefer not to live with other cats. But she'll just sit with you all day and just be pet and enjoy being with people. She's a very outgoing, independent girl. She's very curious. She is 11 years old. We see a number of older cats coming into the shelter these days, and we've had a lot of success finding them homes. But it can be more difficult if we have a lot of young kittens in the shelter. Unfortunately, the older cats and pets will get overlooked when there are, little tiny kittens around. So we really hope people will come in and look at individual personalities and give these older pets a chance. She's 11, but many indoor house cats can live, 17, 18 years. So she's got, I'm sure, quite a bit of time left. Now, Lucky is out back in our holding area because the adoption floor is a little bit too busy for her and freaks her out a little. So if you're interested in meeting her, you do have to ask a staff member to see her, because she's not out on the general adoption area. All the noise and commotion of people opening cages is just too much for her. She doesn't like to be, poked and prodded a lot, but one-on-one, she's very, very sweet.
Lucky is in need of a loving home. Hopefully she can find one soon. If you'd like more information on Lucky or any of the other pets available for adoption, or would like to find out how to donate, volunteer, foster a pet, or fill their wish list, you can visit them at 951 Broadway Street in Lowell, or go to their website at lowellhumanesociety.org. Call 978-452-7781. For Westford Cat, I'm Patty Stalker.